Hello everyone, this is Arado and we're here to talk about the upcoming New Year's banner. We're going to be covering one side of it, featuring Asellus, Mesarthim, and Princess Ray. First off, want to give a quick shout out to Denny for the awesome Mystic Asellus we have on display. When you have the chance, please visit her page. Her Twitter handle is at Denny. She draws a lot of Saga artwork as well as some different ones like Final Fantasy XIV and so on. Alright, so first off, we have Asellus. So Asellus, like what I shared in my previous video, I am targeting for her because of being a reliable intelligence debuffer, and with the global change she had where I believe it's 24% intelligence up, that she would be able to do intelligence debuffing pretty well in hard content, not just for egg. I believe with her intelligence, she should be able to land intelligence debuff on egg if you want to go on that route. But if not, just save that for any future content, like say the attacks like matcha, where you need intelligence debuff for that battle. Other than that, she is a reliable 2-rounder or a 3-rounder AoE farmer. So 3-rounder would be using her skill number 2 where she can use that a lot of times. And then 2-rounder farmer if you inherit her Asura Gale from her Mystic style, where she has a pseudo power charge 3 in a way, where she can do 8 BP on round 1 and then another 8 BP on round 2 because of the extra BP she gains at the end of turn. And then she also has High Protect Tension, which kind of solidifies her role in hard content, being an intelligence debuffer and, of course, a DPS. And personally, for me, based from what I experience in JP, I use her this style. I can combo that with the tank stance buff that she would gain from the upcoming short sword style, the wedding style. So that wedding style is a short sword style, and it has that 0 BP buff where it puts Asellus in a tank stance. She gives herself a small defense boost and then has a large chance to cover a party member if they're getting attacked. You know, kind of like our usual tanks like Masdan. And then with Asellus going into evade stance at 25% chance, I think if you roll in doing a tank stance for that turn and rolling for the evade stance as well, that it would be really helpful for tanking all those physical attacks, because as you know, for this style, she has pretty low endurance, so that's one thing to consider. And then she has pretty high willpower, so if anything, if it's a magic type of attack, that she would be able to cover party members with ease. And again, that's assuming that you're gonna be pulling on the wedding style in the future, the first short sword style. Alright, next up would be Mesarthim. So Mesarthim is a cold magic DPS that pretty reliable, I would say, because of her global change where she gains BP plus 1 at turn starts, and then she gained a fast for her skill number 3 as well. That enables the party to do better damage if in case, that's something you need to be able to finish a round faster with the attack boost they gain from that attack. And then she can also do a 777 rotation because of her power charge 3, and then with the extra BP plus 1 at turn start, that she can use her skill number 2 for 3 rounds, allowing her for pretty reliable, I would say, for AoE farming, because either she can do 1007 or she can do 777, like as mentioned. Sorry, not 1007, but rather 1307. Yeah. And then with Inherit from her Christmas style, she would be able to help the party with the next remembrance battle with Domofa. Or I don't know if it's gonna be renamed as a Wuhan soldier. You know, just like when we had the Jamila event where the enemies were renamed as Wuhan soldier. But it was named Domofa in JP, and the system is you would need either an AOE confuse. A column would be enough, but if it's AOE, it would be better. So you would need either confuse or charm to be able to handle that battle properly. So Mesarthim is one of those where for staff you would be able to do charm with Tundra Veil from the Christmas style, and then along with this style doing a free AoE heal because it's 4 BP, and then she practically gains 4 BP per turn. That she's kind of designed a little for hard content, and also the additional damage mitigation, even though just a medium effect, it's something helpful for her. So overall, Mesarthim, I would say, would be a reliable farmer and a hard content unit, especially if you don't have Final Empress or any other free heal unit at this time. Alright, so lastly, we have Princess Ray. So Princess Ray is, and my apologies for that sound, I kind of hit my microphone. Princess Ray is a reliable willpower debuffer. So for this style, all of her skills, skill number 1 to 3, skill number 1 and 2, the single target will debuff, and then the change for global for skill number 3 allows her to do an AoE will debuff and also an AoE confuse as well. So like I said in Mesarthim's part of the rundown, where if you don't have any charm or confuse with you, then probably Princess Ray would be a good candidate for Domofa, because you would need confuse or charm to be able to handle that battle properly. And then other than that, she is a flexible single target or AoE farmer. So for single target, she would be able to use her skill number 2, and then just to make sure that she is able to do a 9-0x rotation, that it would be good to inherit skill number 3 from her former SS style, not the Christmas one, the first SS style, because if she doesn't do any attack for the second round, that she wouldn't gain enough BP to be able to use her skill number 2 again. So that's why she can do a 908 rotation instead. But if in case she is able to attack, that she would be able to do 909 rotation for single target farming. For AoE, she can do her skill number 3, and then defaults to the first skill from the first SS style, Black Raven, I think. So it's either you go for that, or you can do skill number 2 from Christmas style with the Black Cat, or you know, the AoE cat that has the stun effect. So yeah, there's a lot of choices for Princess Ray, whether it be single target or AoE farming. So yeah, with the banner, I would say personally for me, I would be going for Asellus, mainly because, you know, Asellus, and like what I wanted to utilize her as an intelligent debuffer, or a pseudo tank with the next style's tank stance buff. And other than that, she has self-sustain, moral, and guard up, and then being upgraded as well to a large effect that would help her with her tanking and being a DPS overall. And then for Mesarthim, if you don't have any free heal unit at this time, then getting Mesarthim would be helpful. So if you already have Snow UDX Snowy, UDX Esper Girl, or Christmas Final Empress, then get Mesarthim. Other than the free heal, she is a reliable AoE farmer, and maybe a single target farmer at that as well, with Christmas style, with Squeeze being a 777 rotation as well. And then lastly, with her Christmas style, you would be able to use this style, or, you know, just go for the Christmas style and for Domafa in the future. For Princess Ray, if you have Red Mage, Saga Soul Red Mage, he is a super reliable willpower debuffer because he doesn't rely on chance to debuff willpower because it's on attack hit. He doesn't need to roll on the chance that to inflict that debuff. Unlike Ray, where even though she has naturally high intelligence, that she would still roll for that willpower debuff chance. So there would still a possibility, especially for a global exclusive event, that Ray might not be able to debuff properly. And then, as mentioned, if you don't have Christmas, Christmas Mesarthim, that you would use this Princess Ray for Domafa for AoE confuse. And if anything, if you don't want to pull for Princess Ray or Mesarthim, that there's always free or Luge, the S style. That's who I use for Domafa and JP for AoE confuse with Ultrasonic Wave. So yeah, that's the banner rundown. Hopefully that helps you in deciding whether to pull or not for these characters. Personally, they are a little niche with what they can do, with Mesarthim being a standout for AoE and single target farming. So Asellus, I would put her in a niche role at this time, but because I love Asellus, that I'm gonna go for her. So yeah, that's my thoughts, and thank you so much for listening, and see you in the next video or stream.